Hi, I'm Andrea Harmon with the Elder Law Firm, and I'm going to be speaking with Jody Clayton with Heritage Greens. Hi, Jody. Thank you for coming today.
Thank y'all for having us, Andre.
Jody, tell me about Heritage Greens and the community there.
Heritage Greens is a progressive care community, which means, I realize that in the grand scheme of all the communities out there, there are a lot of different living options and places to go.
Right.
Heritage Greens, what progressive care means for us is we are a community that offers independent living, assisted living, and memory care all on one campus.
Okay.
We're also a bit unique in our setup in that our memory care unit is a separate building in our community. So
Okay.
families can be assured that security is tight there, but it offers a very warm and friendly environment at the same time. So it's a very unique setup for us.
That's great. So you have all three. I mean, you have a lot of different care options for families.
We do. As a matter of fact, we are introducing a new option in that
Okay.
mix. It's called Independent Living Simplified. And the thought behind Independent Living Simplified is, again, as families are looking around at all these different options they have in the community, it becomes obvious really quick that not every style of living fits every person. So we've recognized that there's a need for folks who want to live independently, but they need a little more, they need some of their options controlled a bit more. And so what we've done in our community is we're putting in a new dining room on our garden level. That's right beside the gym. That's right beside the multi-purpose room where we show movies.
Right.
So everything is one contained area for those who like to stay, who like their choices simplified, and that's what independent living simplified means. And they still have the option, just as anyone in independent living does, to go wherever they like in the community. But all of those options are right there at the fingertips, at your fingertips.
That's great. So it sounds like you do a lot of individualized care within your community.
Absolutely. It is something that we pride ourselves on, is really thinking about the person.
Great.
You know, our residents are really kind of to that point. We really even attune our wellness program to our residents. Our company is known for its wellness and activities programs. And what that really means is we look at 7 different dimensions of wellness. Not everyone likes brain games. Not everyone likes bingo.
Right.
So we offer a variety of things throughout the day that keep folks engaged and thoughtful.
That's great. Now, I know you talked about doing a new dining room. So when someone's there, are the meals, I'm sure they're extraordinary. Can you talk a little bit about your dining program?
Absolutely. Again, in the scheme of the different communities out there, we offer 3 full meals a day, but we've unbundled those meals. So let's say that the resident isn't necessarily a breakfast person, but loves dinner. So they can choose packages based on 1, 2, or 3 meals a day,
Okay.
which is a really nice option for folks. We pride ourselves also on making a lot of our food in-house. We actually, in the 3 different settings, each setting has its own dining area.
Wow.
And meals are prepared in those spaces. So it really is a unique setup when it
That's
comes to
great.
dining as well.
Now, are most of your rooms, are they more like apartment dwelling? Can you talk a little bit about what the setup is for folks living there in your community?
Absolutely. We have in independent living, here's where the choices really come into play.
Okay.
In independent living, we have 4 different styles of apartments. We
Okay.
have studios, 1 and 2 bedrooms, and we've just introduced a studio deluxe, which is that 4th option. And every one of those apartments are slightly different. The independent living building is just it's something to see. 1 2-bedroom is not like the other 2-bedroom that you'll see. Every apartment is unique in that building. It's great to see. We also in the care buildings, it's a studio, but there's grand deluxes, and then there's just your studio option. And again, the onus of that is really you got care in those buildings, so it really makes it access easy for the residents who live there. There's also in the memory care unit, which we call the Arboretum. Those are studios as well, But they are set up so that everything faces dining. As you know, folks who have memory issues, sometimes food is one of those things that's very easy to forget. And so this horseshoe shape of these rooms face the dining area. So every time someone comes out, they're reminded it's time to eat.
That's
Along
good.
with obviously the caregivers who help that process as well. But not to give it, because it is a secure unit, but not to give it a secure feel, the building in its design is open so residents who wander can walk about, still with caregivers watching every move. And then there's 2 courtyards. So during the nice weather, they're welcome to go outside,
That's great.
and they're still in a secure area.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you give a good balance from being independent and offering some real good care for the residents that live there.
Absolutely. You know, one of the things that I love to brag about when families come in and experience Heritage Greens is we have staff tenure that's unmatched in the industry. We have caregivers who have been there over 10 years, several who have been there 15 years, and we've had one associate, we call our employees associates, we have one associate who has been there since the building opened.
Wow.
And that's just, to me, that's a testament to the level of care we give.
It is.
And I think when you speak to any of our families, be it past or present, they will tell you one of the things that has always struck them about Heritage Greens is the staff. You walk into the independent living building, and it's just filled with laughter and activity, and it's something that really makes it feel like home. You don't feel like you're walking into this sterile, unwelcoming environment. It's warm, it's welcoming. You know, the laughter, the fun. It's just, you really have to see it to understand it.
Well, if somebody did want to come and see it, what's the best way for them to, do they call to set up a tour? Do they drop by? What's the best way for them to do that?
Sure. The best way, we're in the middle of a lot of activity. The community is situated between kind of in the Guilford College area, between Wendover and Dolly Madison. We're off of that in that area. But since we're slightly off the beaten path, we don't get a lot of walk-ins, and those are an option. We always say folks are welcome anytime to come in and experience the community. The best way to do it is to call ahead, let us know you're coming, and I recommend you come during a mealtime.
Okay.
We love to feed people. It's good food. So we recommend you come during a mealtime, and the best way to do it is just call the main number,
Okay.
336-299-4400.
Okay.
And we will connect you with the staff that you need to talk to. And
So
we'll make
if
sure
they
to get you
come in for the tour, they'll get the full experience with the meal and everything.
that's our goal, is we'd like to show you everything. It's
Great.
it's an experience. It is,
Great.
truly.
Well, thank you, Jody. This has been very informative. Thank you for all the information.
Thank you, Andre.
And this is Andrea Harmon with the Elder Law Firm. Thank you for tuning in to this segment.